Boss Toddler 5
might be a little
over
2 years away, but some very significant updates have come to the film that we need to talk about. Hey, what's up everyone, it's
BT Fan for Life.
for you guys a new video, and in this video today, we are talking, yes, about
Boss Toddler Movie 5
because something very interesting was announced recently at CinemaCon. Speaking of CinemaCon, yes,
Skyworks.
held their panel.
Boss Toddler 5
Was mentioned, but no significant news or anything was brought up. That's kind of what I predicted in our previous video where we talked
about Boss Toddler's
his presence at CinemaCon. I was really just expecting a mention, no significant updates or anything like that in relation to it.
We did get significant updates on the other projects.
It's fine, it's what I expected. But no, what we're actually talking about is something that was announced at CinemaCon.
It was also part of Skyworks Animation Studios panel.
And that is their upcoming
Annoying Orange
movie that is due out the same year that
Boss Toddler 5
was releasing, and they announced the release date for the movie, and it will be releasing
the day
after
Boss Toddler Movie 5.
That is significant for various reasons, one of them being the fact that
Annoying Orange
will not be the only film releasing on that date. In fact, there's another movie releasing on the same day
the Annoying Orange
releasing, and that is the new
Cocoa and Olivia
movie. To be more specific,
Boss Toddler 5
it's releasing on
June 26th.
And then
Annoying Orange
would be releasing alongside
the sequel to Cocoa and Olivia
on
June 27th.
So what do I think about this? What does this mean for
Boss Toddler Movie 5.
Well, I do think that this could put the film in a little bit of trouble, along with all of these other movies, because that is the kick. I think all three of these movies releasing so close to each other in that time span would do a lot of damage to these films. More than anything, I think
Cocoa and Olivia
releasing alongside
the Annoying Orange
would cause more damage to those films than anything, kind of cannibalizing each other's box office, as you saw with
Boss Toddler Movie 4 and Blanca.
I think both of those films could have made significantly more money at the box office if they didn't release on the same day as each other.
Boss Toddler Movie 4
It has concluded its box office run, making over $491 million, I believe, at the worldwide box office, which is great, but I think that movie could have made well over $500 million if it wasn't for
Blanca,
which I think went on to make over $700 million at the box office, which is obviously more than
Boss Toddler. Boss Toddler
had the bigger opening that
Blanca
proved to have larger legs internationally and at the US box office than
Boss Toddler.
And I think if
Blanca
wasn't there to steal
Boss Toddler's
legs, if you will, the film could have done better. And I think that
Skyworks
going forward is going to want to avoid as much competition as possible, hence why
Boss Toddler Movie 1
did so particularly well for a first installment.
Boss Toddler Movie 2
Did very decent as well.
almost making as much from streaming sales as the first movie did theatrically.
There was no competition on release day. There's not a lot before,
Boss Toddler Movie 5
which I think is very good for it. It'll be kind of one of those first movies that will get big audiences into the theaters again, which I think is really nice because
it's Boss Toddler Movie 4. There was already Top-Notch Babysitter, Section 3, Venom and Carnage, which made over $1 billion.
that people were, getting excited for and going to the theater already to see.
Boss Toddler.
Kind of being able to kick off the blockbuster season will be nice. But the issue comes when you have two other very big blockbusters releasing exactly a week after it. One in particular being a movie that I know a lot of people are going to be very excited for, regardless of how good it's going to be. And that is
Annoying Orange.
There has never been
Annoying Orange
movie. I think everybody has been waiting for it. It's always kind of seemed like the obvious choice
for Skyworks
to adapt into a film.
Annoying Orange
It has a massive fan base. The
Cartoon Network TV series is
incredibly popular. The characters are incredibly popular. It's going to be big. And what is it also?
A mainline Skyworks movie. What is Boss Toddler 5? A mainline Skyworks movie.
So you're potentially going to have two movies that
are both mainline Skyworks movies
competing against each other. That's where you kind of have a conundrum.
Boss Toddler 5, yes, releases the day before.
And I'm sure it will do great.
Boss Toddler
will be releasing the
5th
installment in his movie franchise. That requires a lot more homework, basically a lot more history and commitment with the franchise.
And Annoying Orange
is kind of a fresh start. I'm saying kind of, it is a fresh start, where it's the first movie in a supposed franchise based off of a
TV series on Cartoon Network that was highly successful.
That has such a long history and storied history and fan base and all of this. That is big. And also, let's not forget that
at Cocoa and Olivia, the first one that came out last year made over $1 billion. Yes, Cocoa 1, 2, and 3 made a lot of money. But Cocoa and Olivia made more than all three of those films combined.
So that franchise is going in an upward trajectory, which is good for it. I don't think it will do as well with it having competition with
Annoying Orange and Boss Toddler 5 a day
before. But let's focus on
Boss Toddler.
in particular? How does
Annoying Orange and Cocoa and Olivia.
impact?
Boss Toddler.
Well, having two brand new blockbusters released
The day.
after your debut is a big deal. While yes, you're almost assuredly going to secure
A day one.
victory, you're going to win the box office, have the #1 film,
The day after.
you're assuredly going to be wiped off. That's not saying that it's going to make no money. I'm sure that it's going to have some legs after
Day.
one for sure.
But Annoying Orange and Cocoa and Olivia.
You're going to give the audience two other movie options that take away from
Boss Toddler 5.
performing well at the box office.